we've been together for 4 weeks. So like all teams, I'm sure you would have seen the start of the New Zealand and Australian competition, and even the Premiership. All the first games were kind of stop-start affairs. So hopefully we hit the ground running, but it will take time for those four gentlemen to bed in. In terms of the squad, look, we're looking to improve our squad year on year. Certainly very exciting to have players of the caliber of the four gentlemen coming in. So really looking forward to see them in a Munster jersey. We're going into the Aviva Stadium against Leinster, who've been only lost one Pro14 game in I don't know, the last 19 or 20 there. They're unbeaten the whole of last season. So there's certainly no weaknesses in their squad. Very good line out. Fantastic scrum. Their continuity game are excellent, and so are their defence. So we'll have to be very good to beat them in the Aviva. But our focus has been very much on ourselves. We give them the respect that they deserve. They quite clearly currently the best team in Europe. And this is a start of a new competition for us over the next, hopefully, 4 weekends. But the only thing we know for a fact is if we've got 2 games against Leinster and Connacht. Tuesday was the last time that we train, and along with the other 3 provinces, we only really had 4 weeks of contact training. So we put the health and safety of our players and staff first. So obviously the back end of last week didn't go to plan. We weren't in a position to train on Thursday and Friday. And in the context of a 4-week block of full contact, that's not ideal, but that's the cards that have been dealt with us. And we're very excited to play. I said the previous time that this is about much more than just a rugby game. It's important that sport gets going again in Ireland, specifically rugby, and a lot of people are very excited about this game, and so are we. So impossible to say where we are at. The fact that we play Leinster in the Aviva is something that all the players are really looking forward to.
It's good to be back. It's been a long road, uncertain one, which is probably the most troubling. Rugby was, or I suppose sport in general, was a long way down the list with regard to priorities for a long time. But from an actual player's point of view, it's not something you're used to. Is uncertainty. You're used to having schedules and having a routine, and everyone was thrown out of that. And as I said, our side of things was fairly insignificant. But look, it's certainly good to be back, and there's good balls around the camp this week that we're able to get into a game at the weekend. It's disappointing for Joey. It's disappointing, as a player and a friend with him, not to be playing alongside someone of his caliber, his quality of rugby. But look, I'm just disappointed for him. But he's a resilient young fella. He's more than capable of getting through his rehab. It's just going to be a bit longer than he thought, and he's prepared to do what it takes to get himself back fit. And we're all there to give him a hand whenever he needs it, and to back him up, and he'll get there. But look, it's disappointing not to have him involved. As I said, the quality of player and the impact he brings is second to none.
Yeah, look, it's been really good. It's been fairly progressive, or it's been quite slow in terms of getting back in. It's been over a prolonged period, and we've been brought in quite slowly. I suppose it's given us the chance to. I was thinking the other day about the disruption we had coming back from World Cup last season, and a lot of internationals coming back into the squad, not having a huge amount of exposure to what we're trying to do, what this team was trying to do in attack last year, because they were busy or they were preoccupied with the World Cup, and I suppose now we've had a prolonged period of exposure to Steve Larkham and what he's trying to achieve, and what the rest of the group's trying to achieve, and as a collective now I think we're in a better position because of that. So it's pretty exciting times in that sense. Like, no matter who you're up against, it's Munster v Leinster at the end of the day, and it's a derby game. We haven't had any practice runs. There's no pre-season games. It's straight into the mixer and straight into the heart of what's going to be a massively attritional game. And to play against 2 lads that I'm competing with alongside Damien. You know, it's going to be really, really competitive, and it's pretty exciting. Games they mean a lot to us. You know, our aim is to get a semi-final, and these games mean a hell of a lot. So we've got to be, you know, switched on from the start. And there's obviously there's no warm-ups, but we just want to be back out playing rugby. We've been off for 6 months. The last game I played was against Scarlets, I think, in Thomond Park, and you know, it's time to get back on the pitch. We're all buzzing just to get back on the pitch, and you know, if that means 3 or 4 games on the bounce, and that means a schedule that over the next 12 months is going to be pretty tight, you know, we're happy with that.